to say asshole.
You are now. How would you change racism? Would you make policies that would change it for the positive? Would you want it to be completely destroyed, devastated? Do you want maybe the racism to be clear and defined rather than completely gone?
I do see racism in our generation. It's not cool to be really explicit about racism a lot of the time, but it seems to take kind of a hipster form. Like, well, if we're joking about it or we're being ironic, then it's not really racism. It's just funny. You know, I hear people making jokes about, you know, the black man in the White House, or especially the presidency. That's brought a lot of people on Twitter and on Facebook to make jokes that they think are funny. When, honestly, being funny doesn't mean that you're not also an asshole. This is where the party ends.
I can't stand you, listen. Not in my everyday life, but it comes up once in a while.
Okay, explain.
Well, most of the people that I spend my everyday life with don't really have issues with that. But once in a while, if I'm out and about, just running into people at random, it can come up. I was at the Del Mar Loop on a Sunday, out performing magic, and there were a bunch of hooting and hollering, sign-holding, sin, hellfire, damnation, end of America church people on the loop, and they were like hollering about something or another about Jesus and whatever. I got into a conversation with them, which soon devolved into them yelling the Bible at the top of their lungs while davening and asking me if I believe in God, and I said no, and they replied, well, of course you don't, you're a gook. Yeah, they were a black church that like believed that Jesus was black and some stuff about like the world's going to end within their lifetime or something. They were nutcases. And, you know, most incidents of racism that I see are from nutcases and just people that I generally would not want to spend time with anyway. So I don't really, it's a self-selection thing. I mean, I never take racist comments to heart, and I don't really get enough racist comments day to day to really think about that.
Actually, I guess I should just answer that question on camera, right?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a hard question to answer. I hang out with a certain group of people from my generation, and those people are self-selected based on the type of people that I like, and I tend to avoid people who are racist because those are not the type of people that I like to hang out with. So, and I don't go to school, I'm done with school, so I don't actually hang out with a huge variety of different people, and I don't get a lot of exposure to a lot of different viewpoints from people from my generation anymore. But in my experience dealing with other people from my generation, like in other venues, like online, for example, I see some racism, but I think that it's probably gotten better than in previous generations. Most of the people who I know of who I consider to be racist are people of, for example, an older generation. Like, my parents have said racist things, and my grandparents have said racist things. And I tend to hear that a lot more from people who are older than I am.